Have you ever felt like your brain is shutting down? For a moment, everything stops. Your breaths become rapid. Your heart pounds in your chest. Thoughts come like a storm swirling around, and there's chaos in your head. This is an anxiety attack. Did you know that right now, there's a real battle going on in your brain? The amygdala is your brain's ancient alarm system. It's mistakenly sounding the alarm. And unfortunately, this mistake is damaging your entire nervous system. Every time this happens, it destroys a part of your memory and concentration. But there's good news. Today, I'm going to teach you how to stop this situation and even rebuild your brain. Hello, I'm Dr. Fazane, a specialist in molecular medicine. In this video, I want to talk about anxiety, how it affects your brain, the impact anxiety has on your brain, and explain in simple terms the scientific ways to stop it in the body. Did you know what terrible thing happens in your brain when you get anxious? Stay with me until the end of this video because we have a lot of fascinating and useful scientific information. First of all, I want to explain to you what happens in your brain when you are anxious. Your brain acts like a faulty alarm system during anxiety. The amygdala, is the fear center in your brain that becomes more active than ever and constantly screams, danger, danger, danger. The hippocampus is responsible for your memory and learning, and if it is under anxiety pressure, it shrinks, causing you to gradually experience distraction and to forgetfulness. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for the logical part of your brain. When you are in a state of anxiety, the prefrontal cortex is put under pressure and gradually weakens. This makes decision-making in such conditions difficult for you. Now, when you experience anxiety, the things I mentioned happen to your brain. So why do you feel like you're going crazy? You have heart palpitations, cold sweats, body tremors. You're constantly in fight or flight mode, and you frequently experience distraction and forgetfulness because the hippocampus is damaged. Negative thoughts constantly circulate in your brain because the amygdala is constantly screaming and shouting, saying, danger, danger. As I promised, we will examine the 5 main ways to treat anxiety and remove its negative effects on the brain. The first treatment method, is diaphragmatic breathing exercises, where you need to inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. This diaphragmatic breathing helps calm the amygdala, preventing it from becoming overactive and constantly in a state of alarm, allowing it to calm down and stop being on high alert. The next step is regular exercise. Aerobic exercises like running and swimming stimulate the release of BDNF, which aids in the growth of the hippocampus. As I mentioned before, during times of anxiety, the hippocampus is under constant pressure, causing it to shrink, which can disrupt your memory and learning, making you constantly distracted and forgetful. However, if you can increase the secretion of the BDNF factor in your body through regular running, swimming, and aerobic exercises, it will help the hippocampus as well grow, and you won't have that disorder and distraction anymore. The third step in treating anxiety is meditation and mindfulness. If you try to meditate for about 10 minutes daily, you will experience a reduction in amygdala activity, and that state of pressure on the amygdala will disappear. The fourth step is to try to get down between 7 to 8 hours of good sleep throughout the day and night. Good sleep helps cleanse the toxic proteins in your brain, and you won't experience that state of anxiety anymore. The final stage, which is the most important stage for treating anxiety, is proper nutrition. There are certain foods that you should regularly consume. For example, nuts like almonds and walnuts, which are rich in omega-3, are very beneficial for neurons. Dark chocolate, which contains about 85% or more cocoa, stimulates the release of serotonin and brings you happiness and calmness. Leafy vegetables like spinach, which contain magnesium, are anti-stress and anti-anxiety and are very beneficial. To permanently eliminate anxiety from your body, you also need to incorporate certain vitamins into your system. Vitamins enter our body through food. The most important vitamin that the body needs is the B complex vitamin, especially vitamins B6, 9, and 12. Why? Because these vitamins play a key role in the production of serotonin, which is a calming hormone, and GABA, which are neurons that inhibit anxiety. Well, in which foods is the B complex vitamin found? The most important ones, for example, are bananas, spinach, and salmon, which are rich in vitamin B6. Leafy vegetables like spinach and legumes are sources of B9, and eggs, red meat, and dairy products are sources of B12. Vitamin D is the next vitamin that your body needs to be able to cope with anxiety. Why? Because its deficiency increases the risk of anxiety and depression. And its sources are sunlight, fatty fish, and mushrooms. Magnesium citrate is very useful for reducing cortisol, which is the stress and anxiety hormone, and it helps relax the muscles. Magnesium is abundantly found in spinach, almonds, and dark chocolate. Omega-3 is very necessary for your body and for fighting anxiety. Why? Because it helps reduce brain inflammation and aids in neuron repair. And salmon, walnuts, and chia seeds are rich sources of omega-3. Alongside these substances that I mentioned, which are very beneficial and should be consumed, there are also some substances that you should avoid. The most important are sugar and sweets because they cause blood sugar fluctuations and increase anxiety. Caffeine, like in coffee, soda, and energy drinks, stimulates the amygdala and activates the fight or flight response. Processed foods like fast food and canned goods contain trans fats that increase brain inflammation, so try to consume less fast food and canned goods. Alcohol significantly affects the balance of GABA and glutamate, which are calming and excitatory neurons. So try to quit alcohol consumption permanently to maintain calmness. Of course, gluten can also cause intestinal and brain inflammation in people who are sensitive, such as that, and the gut-brain connection is very close. If individuals are sensitive to gluten, it's better not to consume it. Well, Katze, the key point of the anti-anxiety diet we discussed was the combination of B-complex vitamins, magnesium, and omega-3, along with avoiding sugar, caffeine, alcohol, and inflammatory foods. Anxiety is not uncontrollable. Start practicing these 5 scientific methods I mentioned today. Try them out, and definitely observe their effects. With each breathing exercise in every healthy meal and every minute of meditation, you are rebuilding your brain. This 7-day challenge will help rebuild your brain. Take the first step. Start the techniques right now and write in the comments how you felt. Send this video to a friend who is constantly stressed and anxious. It might change their life. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified about new content quickly. If you need me to write and send you an anti-anxiety diet, comment your email for me. I will definitely send it to you. I made another video about 2 deadly hormones that are produced in your body during anxiety. Be sure to watch it and see what these two hormones do to your body during anxiety. I love you. Take care of your health.